Proposed trade sees Mavericks land DeMar DeRozan. The Dallas Mavericks find themselves in an intriguing situation. Despite reaching the Western Conference Finals last season, they have gotten off to a shaky start this season, and as a result, they may go to the trade market to revive the squad. Given how poorly the Chicago Bulls have performed this season, they may be a team to keep an eye on when it comes to blowing things up. If DeMar DeRozan becomes available, the Mavericks should look into it, and given his agent contract, his trade value may be lower than people believe. Here's an outline of a potential trade. Mavericks receive DeRozan, Goran Dragic. Bulls receive Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, Frank Ntilikina, 2025 first-round pick, 2027 first-round pick, lottery protected. Adding DeRozan to the mix would allow the Mavericks to take some pressure off of Doncic, as he has proven to be one of the best isolation scorers in the NBA. And while he's not a great three-point shooter, his shot creation alone would be enough to make a huge impact. DeRozan has appeared in all 26 of the Bulls' games so far this season and is playing 35.2 minutes per contest. The veteran is averaging 26.0 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 4.8 assists on 50.7% shooting from the field and 31.4% shooting from distance. Plus, DeRozan's contract is up after 2 more years, including this one. That would free the Mavericks up to be players in 2024 free agency. Guys like Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, Domantas Sabonis, and OG Anunoby are set to hit unrestricted free agency that summer, barring any contract extensions. Mavericks expressed interest in veteran. While adding a secondary star could be a great idea, the Mavericks could also follow the route of maintaining draft capital and eyeing trade targets down the line. Instead, adding veteran pieces for cheap could be smarter, and recent reports indicate that they might be doing just that. According to Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype, the Mavericks have expressed interest in a potential trade for Detroit Pistons forward Bojan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic's strong play has led numerous playoff-caliber teams around the league to express interest in trading for him, including the Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, Dallas Mavericks, and Atlanta Hawks, among several others, league sources told Hoops Hype. Scotto wrote. Thus far, Detroit has been unwilling to engage in trade talks for the 33-year-old forward. Rival executives, however, are hopeful that stance changes closer to the deadline if Detroit continues to remain in the cellar of the East, with Cade Cunningham expected to miss the rest of the season. Mavericks could trade for big man. But Bogdanovic isn't the only Pistons player who the Mavericks have supposedly taken an interest in. According to Ian Begley of SNY, the Mavericks have touched base with Detroit about a potential Nerlens Noel trade. Also on the trade front, the Dallas Mavericks and Detroit Pistons touched base recently on trade talks in which Nerlens Noel's name came up, Begley wrote. Noel several contending teams who have struggled with rim protection. Noel was a key force for New York's defense in 2021, when the club made a surprise run to the playoffs. While there may be a ton of basketball left to be played this season, the Chicago Bulls thus far. With yet another heartbreaking loss, this one against the Atlanta Hawks on an improbable buzzer beater by rookie AJ Griffin, DeMar DeRozan has been preaching an urgent tone when it comes to turning things around. The Bulls have shown flashes of brilliance in some games, at other times, they look completely puzzling. The grizzled veteran that he is, DeRozan has been trying to get the team to play with more consistency, and it's about time that everyone else on the team follows suit. Start turning things around. With plenty of basketball left to play, the Bulls have time to turn things around. And while the team struggles to right the ship, DeMar has been preaching for his teammates to step up their intensity and start playing like a team hungry for success. We've got to chip away at this thing. We dug ourselves a hole, and now we've made it difficult on ourselves, so every single game is extremely important. And that's how we've got to approach it, mentally, physically, emotionally, said DeRozan.